Hi there, my name is Aaron Short and welcome to my YouTube channel, and today I'm going to show you how to update the firmware on the Bose S1 Pro Plus. So if you watch my channel, I'm really enjoying this system. I had some issues with dropouts from the wireless transmitters, but that has now been resolved with the latest firmware update. I'm going to show you how to install this update and also how to check that your system is running the latest update. Of course, this is mostly for users of the wireless transmitters, which are optional. If you don't have those, I would still recommend running the update anyway. It's always good to run the latest version of the firmware for your devices. So first of all, how do you check what firmware your device is currently on? Well, let me grab the S1 Pro Plus and I'll show you how to do that. So here is the Bose S1 Pro Plus. I'm going to turn it on by pressing the power button quickly. So the three screens are now illuminated. We've got 1, 2, and 3. So if you short press on a button, it allows you to change the parameter. So it went from volume to treble to bass and back to volume, and then you turn it to make the adjustment. If you long press the button, it will actually tell you to press and hold it, and it takes you to more options. Now these are accessible from the app as well, but this is how you get into things like auto off, live stream mode, sub EQ, and expanders, and you can press and go into that and turn those on or off. However, let's go back. If you do that again but keep pressing it, don't take your hand off it, but for about 10 seconds. Then you'll get into the firmware screen. So if I press and hold, it says to press and hold to get into more options. And then you keep holding it. You've got to keep your finger very still. And there we go. There's the firmware. So this is 3.2.0, 1.52.00. So I know that is not the latest version. Okay, and if you have the wireless transmitters in here as well and do the same thing on each of those, it will tell you the firmware for those transmitters. So this third one here is the system firmware, and these two would be the transmitters. Right now there's no transmitters in here, so it's not going to work obviously, but that's how you check the firmware of the current device. So I already know this is not up to date, so how do I update it? Let's go to that now. First of all, I'm going to plug in a USB-C cable to the USB-C port here and connect the other end to my computer, which in this case is a Mac. With the unit powered on and that plugged in, and obviously the unit is charged up, I'm now going to jump over to the computer and show you how to do it from the browser. So here we are, we're in Google Chrome. I recommend you use Google Chrome for this kind of thing. It's just generally more compatible with more websites. Just search for Bose Updater, and the first thing you see is that Bose Software Updater for quiet comfort, etc. So it's actually btu.bose.com. You can also type that in. If I click on that link, this is the Bose Updater. It's going to go through the motions and see what's going on. It may want to download a file. I was prompted to download the Bose Updater and install it on the computer. So I did that. So let's do that together. I'll do it again. So my country or region is United States of America, and download. You have to agree to the terms of use, the privacy policy, and the third-party software and notices. Please read those before you decide to press agree. And then we're going to install this updater on the computer itself. Okay, so I've already installed that previously. Once that's installed, you're good to go. And now I'm going to launch the Bose Updater from my menu. So I just launched the app. As it says, once installed, please launch the app. Connect with USB cable, and the Bose Updater will tell you if there's any available updates for your product. So I'm going to refresh that web page by pressing the refresh button. Okay, the updater is ready. Connect your product. Just a moment. So I didn't press anything. It's automatically searching. I did have to obviously install the Bose Updater application and make sure it was running. And then I refreshed the browser again. So it's weird. It kind of works through the browser and through the app. You have to have both of them. And there we go. Awesome. So Bose S1 Pro Plus, there's an update available. Great. 3.3.0. So we do have a new version. And this is the current version, the latest version at time of this video. But like I said, even if you're watching this in 3 years' time, it's important to keep your products up to date with firmware. So this actually says it's bug fixes and feature enhancements. Okay, awesome. So, and it tells me the version I've got now is 3.2.0, which is what we saw on the screen previously. So we're good to go. I'll click on update now, and it's updating. The only thing I would say is I would have the speaker fully charged and probably plugged in as well. You don't want your speaker's battery to die while you're updating. So I would make sure the speaker's been plugged in for a few hours and fully charged, and leave it plugged in to power, and then do this update. Just in case it takes a while and it stops, the speaker shuts down or something like that. As you can see, it's a long process. I'm going to fast forward so you haven't got to watch this countdown. Okay, so it took about 5 minutes. It says your product is now up to date. You're all set. Awesome stuff. What we need to do now is update the wireless transmitters. Again, these are optional. You may not have them if you purchase them. They look like this. And by the way, all the links to the stuff I'm using today, the Bose S1 Pro Plus and these transmitters, will be a link below in the description if you want to buy one for yourself. I'll put my affiliate link down there. Also, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe and ring the bell. But we need to update these as well. So this is a different process. What I'm going to do now is take the speaker and I'm going to unplug it, and I'm going to put these into the unit. The unit is now going to update these transmitters. So let's go back to the close-up again. Okay, so if you didn't know, it's really cool. You press down on this rubber cover here, and then you take this out. Same with this one. And this is where you store, charge, and sync your transmitters. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my mic transmitter and turn it on. Now, I'm not going to check the firmware of this right now. I'm just going to update it, but I'll tell you what the latest version is at the end of the video so you know. So I'm going to put this into channel 1. Now, as soon as you do that, the screen for channel 1 should say a firmware update is available. Do you want to update? Mine is not saying that. Let me try again. It says it's charging. Nope. It's possible if it doesn't say that it's actually doing it in the background and just not asking you to do it, which is a potential bug. But as long as it updates, that's all that matters. So let me hold down and see what version we're on. Remember, keep holding it down. So 22, 136, and 22. My speaker that already had the update on it is 22, 136, 22. So it looks like the update was applied when I put them in. 22, 136, 22. And finally, number 3, which is also your master firmware information, 3.3, 153. There we go. So everything is updated. So just bear that in mind. Once you've updated the unit and plug in your transmitters, it may ask you to update the firmware. If it asks you to do that, definitely say yes and definitely let it install it. That's what I did previously on here. The other unit didn't ask me to do it, but it still did it. And that's how you check it has done it, by holding down the button to check the latest firmware. So that's probably a little bug there. I wish it did ask you to do it, but the most important thing is just check that you are running the latest firmware for the S1 Pro Plus and the transmitters if you are using them. So that's it for today. I hope this video was useful. Please let me know if you do this and you have the transmitters, if this makes it more stable and reliable for you in the comments below. And also, if you'd like me to cover any other information on the Bose S1 Pro Plus, please let me know in the comments below, and subscribe and ring the bell so you're notified of when I post those videos or other similar videos. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. I'll put my affiliate links in the description below so you can check these products out if you haven't already. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.